sitting here ready to go live for ENEA. It's time for the semi-final from Iowa. On the pole, the number 88 of ENEA Shotgun to his outside. PTH the GOAT into the number 4, bringing up the points. Brought to you by the good folks over at di9 Designs. You see Lucky Dog 385 locked into the final round. PTH the GOAT, Old Tweeter, and ENEA Shotgun coming in with their spots safe, but no more than 2 points in the safe zone. Dr. Bush currently out of the final round. KFB 18 currently out of the final round. Same with Henny and Pot Pie coming to the line. We're going to have a great night tonight from Iowa. Waiting for the flag. The 88 of ENEA Shotgun gets us started. Let's go racing. Out of turn number 4, the 88 leads that first lap, but now the 4 of PTH the GOAT looking to go to his inside, trying to take the early lead in stage 1. Taking the high line out of turn number 4 seems to be the popular move for most of these drivers. The 88 of ENEA Shotgun to the outside. PTH the GOAT still up the inside, and now the 18 of KFB 18 sitting in third in the Skittles Dips Camry. Big shout out to T. Lockhart. He says, "Let's go Dr. Bush." Hydra says, "Let's go Shotgun," and also says, "We need a first-time winner." That's not a lot of drivers in this field. KFB 18, he's won this season. Last year scoring 8 wins. This year with the 1 lone win. He's trying to get into that final round next week at Las Vegas. Next Wednesday night is the final. Thunderstrike says TRT 779 Racing. Hound Dog saying, "Good luck, boys." Well, Thunderstrike, let's go through the field and see if we can find our buddy TRT. There's one of our championship hopefuls. Dr. Bush in the number 24, Hertz Chevrolet, but battle for the lead. Now to the inside, the 4 of Dr. Bush. He's to the inside of ENEA Shotgun, and he clears him. PTH the GOAT, new leader at Iowa. The 88 well behind him, now out of turn number 2. That's ENEA Shotgun in that Acronis Chevrolet, now to the inside, out of turn number 4. The 24 of Dr. Bush, the deterrent from getting further up the inside and into second. Out of turn 2, the number 4 Bush Light Car going a bit wide, but able to salvage that wide turn out of the corner. Here comes the 88 behind him now. That is the pole sitter. Sitting in third, KFB still remains. Dr. Bush in the 4th position. Now through that 17 car. J-Man in the 38 starting ahead of the 17 of ENEA Knockout. Got a couple of test schemes here tonight. Punisher, who's not in that playoff picture, rocking the test scheme for the number 2. Here we have the 17 of ENEA Knockout. He's streaming laps for us tonight. Big shout out to the 17. He's currently running 5th. The 9 of ENEA Lindo bringing up those points. There you see Lindo just out of the playoff picture. He's in 12th. So the 9 Napa Know-How Chevrolet is racing just for the win. Old Tweeter in the 21 car, last year's reigning champion, sitting 3rd. He's got a shot at the championship next week in Las Vegas. The Motorcraft Ford just needs to finish ahead of Shotgun and Dr. Bush. He's behind both of them. Right now, they want his spot, save for KFB 18, who's also well ahead of Tweeter as the race plows on. There's only 2 points between Old Tweeter and KFB 18. We're going to update you fans with as much points information as we can as the race goes on. The real MT in the Ronald McDonald house, number 42 Chevrolet. He's now to the inside of the 9, and he gets the position away from Lindo. Henny in the number 12 Maytag Menards Mustang, riding behind the number 13 of Lucky Dog 385. Lucky Dog is locked into this race. He has no work to do. He'll make it no matter what. Blackhammer in the number 48 Ally Chevrolet, one of those drivers just here for points. The number 6 Oscar Mayer Wienermobile of Annihilator, looking in these points, not even playoff eligible, but that's okay. He's been giving us so much excitement over these last weeks. Annihilator also here just for the fun. There is our man, TRT 779. Thunderstrike was asking about him, and there is the pilot of the number 1 Monster Energy Camaro. Sir Brunson in the number 20 Stanley Camry, well to the back of this field, just trying to log laps. There is your points leader, Lucky Dog 385. He's 1.5 seconds off the lead. 16 laps complete. 19 to go in this opening stage, and it's an interesting little short track we have here in Newton, Iowa. Designed in part by Rusty Wallace, and one of the biggest attractions to racing fans in the Iowa area. NASCAR's been racing here for about 15 years, and the short but exciting lived tradition continues. You see our stage breaks will happen at laps 34, 66, and finally the race end lap 140. Drivers expected to have their pit windows last between 20 and 30 laps. "17 laps to go in the opening stage. Pole sitter, ENEA Shotgun, riding along in the second position now. Annihilator in the 6th has to bounce off the turn 2 wall. "17 looks like he's coming down pit road, and this would be right around that time. 19 laps, so a little bit sooner than what we expected. PTH the GOAT in that number 4. Busch Light Ford, leading so far, continues to lead, and now pulling away from the 88 of ENEA Shotgun. There you see GOAT, 8 points off the leader, Lucky Dog. He won't be able to take the lead from Lucky Dog 385 as he is locked in. But again, look at the points from 2nd all the way down to 7th. Only 13 points separates these drivers. Anything, quite literally anything, is possible tonight. The number 4 of PTH, the GOAT, waiting for his turn to come down pit road. KFB 18 just ahead of the 24 of Dr. Busch. These two now battling for position. The Skittles Dips Camry just ahead of the Hertz Chevrolet out of 2. Is it a race to the pit window, or is it a race to the next caution? Only one driver's come down pit road so far. Will these drivers go a long distance, or will tires dictate when they come in? 88 struggles to stay off the wall now. Shotgun being reeled in by the 18 of KFB. Now the 24 of Dr. Busch does decide to bring his Hertz Chevrolet down pit road. This will be the first pit stop made by any of our leaders today. The 38 of J-Man now out behind the 17, and that's going to make your race leader the number 4 of PTH the GOAT. Let's go back to the race leader. Well, he will continue to be the leader, I should say, not a new lead change. But we've reached a dozen laps remaining now in this first stage. PTH the GOAT making it 11 to go that time around. Will the 4 car be able to go the distance You can't imagine so considering his peers in the lead pack are coming in. 4 car does not slow down, and he continues to pull away from car 88. PTH the GOAT still leading this race, but now the 18 has reeled in that 88. KFB has to get a move on, and he's trying to come down pit road, just barely makes the entrance. And that looks like the 13 of Lucky Dog that joins them down pit road. Dr. Bush in the number 24 Hertz Chevrolet to the inside of the Wienermobile. The 24 on fresh tires and fuel. He's good to go the distance. But what about this driver here? The leader is now in. PTH the GOAT comes for his pit stop. Coming to 7 laps to go for the pilot of the number 4 Busch Light Ford. That's going to hand the lead to the 21 of Old Tweeter as we scroll through the field. There is the Motorcraft Ford coming out just to the outside of ENEA Lindo. The number 42 Ronald McDonald's car of the Real MT. Getting around Lindo, Old Tweeter slows down his Motorcraft Quick Lane Ford for his pit stop. Where is that going to put our leaders? The 6 car now behind that 24. You can see some drafting, some jostling going on. That's Dr. Bush up ahead, trying to get to the outside of Sir Brunson. And now the 1 car of the Real MT to the inside of the Oscar Mayer Bacon Ford. At the front of this race, it's the 12 of Henny. Did he put some thought into that strategy? Where is the Maytag Ford? There he is. 5 laps to go. Henny does not come down pit road. Has he been conserving this entire time? Lindo getting around him. That's the 48 of Blackhammer. And what a great piece of strategy this could be. Bama Trama in the chat says, what up, Rick? Mama Vols, glad to have you in this chat tonight. You've stumbled in on some interesting pit strategy in stage number 1, coming to 4 laps to go for the driver of car number 12. To go this time by. The 12 car continues to lead. Still no challenge. Henny not deciding to come down pit road. He's got fewer than 3 miles to pull a surprise upset in stage number 1, but it will not be. The 4 car gets around the 12 and back to the front. PTH the GOAT resumes the lead at the head of stage number 1, but a clever attempt by the 12 car and contact at the back between the 17 and the 6. So far, so good. Coming to 2 laps to go. PTH the GOAT running a smart stage, and it looks like there could be a wreck at the back. The 6 and the 17 continuing to swap and trade paint. Heavy contact between those 2 coming to the final lap in stage 1. The 18 of PTH the GOAT now moving to the inside of Lindo. There's the 4 car of PTH the GOAT collecting the white flag. No trouble for him. The white Chevrolet behind him, the 88 of ENEA Shotgun. Fans at home are going to take a 30-second break at the end of stage number 1 here. Car number 4, PTH the GOAT coming off of turn number 4, and it's a good start for the Busch Light Ford. He's got the stage 1 win. Back in 30 seconds. Ready to throw the switch on stage number 2, 488 on inside, outside. Stage 2 is green. Let's go racing. By 2, 3 rows deep and 3 wide in the first corner now. Punisher to the inside. The 42 McDelivery Chevrolet well on the outside, still moving at an incredible speed and an incredible width. Down the back straight, 217 nose to tail. The 2 test cars being wedged down the middle by the 13 of Lucky Dog 385. 30 laps to go in this second stage at Iowa. Battle at the front for the lead. The 4 of PTH the Goat struggling to hold on. Here comes the 88 to the inside. 3 wide momentarily, but the 4 of PTH the Goat able to break away and stay ahead. 4, 24, 88, your top 3. 29 to go in stage 2. The 88 of ENEA Shotgun getting a bit high, wide, and handsome. The 12 now looking to the inside. That's Henny, who's worked his way up to the 4th position. J-Man now behind him. Dr. Bush in the 2nd position. The Kansas City native well behind the 4. Let's ride around with the Hertz Chevrolet and see how he gets into the lead. .24 to the inside, trying his luck one more time. This time the 4 car plays it way too high and to the outside. Now the 24 of Dr. Bush with a good run up the inside, but so much momentum for that 4 car that the 24 just can't make it stick. Ford Chevrolet battle for the lead. Don't forget about the 88 ENEA Shotgun sitting in 3rd. Henny, the championship outside shot looking in, bringing up those points. There you see Henny. He's right now, it looks like 13 points out of the top 4 positions, and that number 12 Maytag Ford right now running 3rd. Again, don't forget we've got live points updates coming up in the end of stage number 1. We'll have those updates coming to you fast and quick. Right now, 424 battling for this lead at Iowa. Dr. Bush looking to the inside one more time. PTH the Goat seems to be holding his own in that 1st position. The 38 car of J-Man also coming up through the field. And big shout out to Punisher, who's been making the most of this race and his time in ENEA. Look for him to be a big contender next year. Approaching the final 20 laps of stage number 2. Knockout now rim riding out of the 2nd corner. Here comes Lucky Dog 385, last week's winner. Now to the inside. The Geico Gecko Chevrolet will take 6th place away from Knockout. Lindo in the number 9 Napa Chevrolet. He's sitting just ahead of the 43 car. sorry, I said 43. Instantly looking at those Richard Petty stripes. Kind of an interesting paint scheme for Blackhammer, and if you haven't seen this, almost a Jimmy Johnson tribute. We'll have a look right quick before we go back to the lead. Jimmy Johnson on the top, Dale Earnhardt on the side, and Jimmy Johnson, the original driver, making it a trio of 7-time champions. Quite an interesting livery. Now back to the fight for the lead. 4 on the outside, 24 looking in the inside. The 12 of Henny glued to that yellow line, trying to get a good rise out of turn 4, but you saw the arc out of the corner. The 12 scrubbing way too much speed. Here comes the 88 ENEA shotgun with a much better exit out of 4. J-Man with a bit of a tap to the 88 car. Henny high and out to that green stripe on the turn 2 exit. Now the 24 looking in one more time. Let's go to the 4 and the 24 slugging it out for the lead. Dr. Bush to the inside of PTH the GOAT across the line. 4, 24, 12 your top 3. Here goes the Hertz car again. 16 to go. This time by Dr. Bush trying to make it stick. Gives a bit of a love tap to the 4 into turn number 3. Trying to do anything to scrub off the speed from the stage 1 winner. PTH the GOAT holding steadfast. 16 to go. Who's going to break first? They still haven't broken that side-by-side deadlock. These leaders really giving it everything they've got, and this is the kind of show the fans love to see. If you've just recently joined us, I'm Rick James, bringing you uninterrupted green flag coverage of the ENEA Cup Series from virtual Iowa Speedway, and these two drivers look like they might stay unseparated up until the very end of stage 2, but now the 4 of PTH the GOAT able to clear the 24 of Dr. Bush. How hard have they been driving? Will their tires last all the way to the end of the stage? 24 to the inside one more time. You see cars already taking advantage of the pit stop cycle. It's going to be a dozen laps remaining this time by PTH with the advantage into 3, but you see just how hard the weight rolls the car to the right-hand side. Those tires must be screaming for mercy. GOAT hits the wall, but the 24 can't take the advantage. This is the multi-groove racing that Iowa loves to debut. PTH the GOAT throws the block ahead of Dr. Bush. 11 to go in stage 2 this time by. Inside of the final 10 laps in stage number 2, it's still 4:24.88 your top 3. 9 laps to go this time by. Green flag pit stop cycle is currently cycling through for some of these drivers. They don't have the fuel, or at least they shouldn't have the fuel to go the distance, and now you see the 24 of Dr. Bush relinquishing his second place standing to get some tires, get some fuel right before the end of this race. That white speck in the back is the 88 of ENEA Shotgun. Will he make it? He looks like he's coming down pit road this time by, and that's going to leave the 4 car of PTH the GOAT as the only driver yet to pit. The only driver of the previous top 3 yet to pit. 4 car maybe dipping inside, coming to 7 laps to go. Is the leader coming down? He is. Leader is in. PTH the GOAT decides to bring his number 4, Bush Ford, down pit road. The 18 of KFB behind the 24 of Dr. Bush, who's already come down pit road. Bush running 5th. The 17 up ahead of that blue car of ENEA Knockout running 3rd now. 6 to go this time by. 17 inherits the lead. 13 car of Lucky Dog 385 inherits the lead. Let's go to the Geico Gecko Chevrolet. There's the battle for 2nd. The 24 with fresh tires, giving a bit of a paint trade to the 17, who's now coming down pit road and catching up with our race leader as the 48 of Black Hammers in pit road. 17 comes down. There's the 13 of Lucky Dog 385 coming to the final 6 laps. Will he have enough fuel to get the Stage 2 win? The 13 of Lucky Dog 385 out of turn number 2. Coming down into this 3rd corner, he's going to have fewer than 5 laps remaining. He should have about 3 laps to go in this 2nd stage. What a drive it's been for car number 13. Will he get the 2nd win in a row and possibly spoil some championship futures? Out of that 2nd corner now, 13 car leading. He's coming to the final 2 laps of racing, and it looks like he's going to be able to make it. Lucky Dog 385, one of the most prolific racers in the community, a wonderful fuel saver with the racing kit that he brings with him to every racetrack, and on fuel strategy, dominating stage number 2, looking like he's going to do the same in stage number 3. White flag in the air now for Lucky Dog 385. Fans, we're going to take a 10-minute break at the end of stage 2. We'll be a 30-second break at the end of stage 2, and then we'll be ad-free for stage number 3. Lucky Dog taking it nice and easy through turn 1, turn 2. He's got Dr. Bush behind him. 13 taking it nice and easy, letting the 24 get around him, and it will be a stage 2 win for Lucky Dog 385, and it will only cement his playoff berth in the final race of the season. Lucky Dog gets the stage win back in 30 seconds. Stage number 3 about to get underway. The 88 of ENEA Shotgun getting tires and fuel at the front of this race. It's the 13 and the 18. Green flag is out at Iowa. Grand start for the 13 of Lucky Dog 385. He's now on the outside lane in turn 3, down to the inside, 3 and 4 wide. Cars fanning out everywhere. Look at that mess. Almost looks like a plate track. 13 well to the outside. The 12 of Henny diving to the inside. 67 laps remain in this race. 6 car on the wall. That is Annihilator. In the number 6 Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, he's going to have to scrape that dust off his knees and get going again. Dr. Bush in that 24 car well behind him, and we're actually under a caution, so the first yellow flag of this race. Surprising that we've made it 2 stages with no yellows, and now we hit this 3rd stage with a caution here, so Dr. Bush in the 24 car running in that 5th position, Henny in 4th, Old Tweeter sitting 3rd, KFB in the 2nd position, and Lucky Dog 385 leading this race in the number 13 Geico Chevy. Back to racing. You've got the 18 sitting behind the leader, the 24 leading this race now. Dr. Bush takes the green flag, and we're racing again at Iowa. '24 to the inside of car 13 now. Out of turn number 2. Dr. Bush with the advantage, but he can't close the window out of 2. 13 now to the outside. Dr. Bush well to his inside, and the 18 on the inside line behind him. Old Tweeter coming up the middle. 61 to go. Who's going to come out with the advantage? And they're wrecking again down the front straight. It's the 9 of Lindo. The 38 of J-Man has been involved, coming to 61 to go. Yellow flag is out once again for the 2nd straight restart at the Iowa Speedway. About to throw the lights to green from yellow. Going to restart stage number 3. There's our pole sitter. There's our front row runner, the 24 to the outside of the 17. ENEA knockout to the control car. Green flag is out again. '17 of ENEA knockout taking advantage of that restart. 24 to the inside now. Dr. Bush watching everything unfold. 4 car to the inside. 24 following up the inside line. The 1 of TRT getting a bit squirrely. There's the 24 again to the inside, struggling to maintain control of his race car. Ford, Toyota, Chevrolet. Now the 13 of Lucky Dog with a bumper to the inside of car 24. Lucky Dog once again going to the inside of the Hertz Chevrolet. 4, 18, 13 your top 3. Mustang, Camry, Camaro. Dr. Bush not giving up the fight on the outside line, trying to use speed and momentum. And the 17 of ENEA knockout trying to nose his way into a 3-way fight for second. Punisher 08 now in this single file jungle behind the number 1 car. That's TRT driving the Monster Energy Camaro up ahead. Meanwhile, ENEA knockout, who started in first. You saw the 48 of Blackhammer slam the wall on the outside of 2. The 17 of knockout, who started in the 1st position off that last restart, now sitting in the 5th spot. He's one of 2 Fords in the top 5, and now ENEA shotgun to his inside, the Acronis Chevrolet, looking to take the spot away from the Ford normally says. I was going to say it's the Fastenal Mustang, but it's just the test paint scheme, isn't it? That's one touch that I do appreciate in NASCAR Heat 5. Of the things that I do appreciate in this game, the test paint schemes are certainly one of them. It's a unique little feature that's allowed drivers to have a bit more creativity for the lack of resources in the paint booth. Blackhammer and the 42 of the Real MT almost coming to blows out of turn number 2. 48 and the 42 trying to stay off of each other, coming to 50 laps to go, this time by the 4.2 to the inside of the 4.8, just so wide here at Iowa. I love the fact that these cars have so much room to race. Meanwhile, the 6 of Annihilator, not enough room to race as he goes from the low to the middle, 3 wide out of 4, but the Oscar Mayer Bacon Ford hangs onto her tight. 5-0, 50 laps remain, and what a display of strength from Annihilator. The 1 of TRT now behind the 6 of Annihilator. Now, a little bit of audio static here. Give me a moment while we try to fix this. And it's made literally no difference. Fantastic. Well, the 20 of Sir Brunson now to the inside of that 2 car. Let's try that. Lucky Dog 385 now behind that 24. He's sitting in the 4th position. 47 laps to go at Iowa, and it seems like things have calmed down for the most part. Big shout out to Ray Rupert following an hour ago on Facebook. I appreciate you, Ray. Big shout out to all the fans for coming through so far. Whether you've just got here or you've been here since lap number 1, I appreciate so much what you fans put in for us. T. Lockhart, Hydra, Thunderstrike, Hound Dog, Bama Trama, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm having a blast, and I hope you are too. At the front of this race, it's a Ford, Toyota, Chevy battle for the lead. The 4 of PTH the GOAT leading the 18 of KFB around turn number 2, and then Dr. Bush in the number 24. Hertz Chevrolet tightly tucked in 3rd, but here comes the Skittles Camry to the inside of the Bush Ford. This for 1st. And there's the mistake right there. That crucial mistake you can't make at this time in the playoffs. PTH the GOAT gets a bit too high, wide, and handsome. Scrapes the wall out of 2. New leader in the number 18 Skittles Camry, KFB 18. .42 laps to go. Next time by, there you see the shadow of the Geico Gecko Chevrolet. Lucky Dog 385 creeping up close, but drivers getting close to their pit window, and the 24 getting close to the rear quarter panel of the 18 car. 4.2 laps remain at the Iowa Speedway, so fewer than 40 miles in the ENEA semifinal. KFB now to the outside. The 2 cars touch into 1. The 18 scrapes the wall into turn 1. Sebastian the Cat in the background cheering on the 18 and the 24. Dr. Bush now to the inside of KFB. KFB trying to hold his line out in turn number 2. The 24 car to the inside line. This for that lead. 24 up the inside. Will he make it stick? The 4 car of PTH the GOAT eagerly awaiting contact between the 2. Chevy, Toyota, Ford, your top three at Iowa. It seems like things have calmed down just for now, but the drivers need to get a move on. Lucky Dog closing that gap as they approach their pit windows. The 24, the 18, and the 4 have pitted in that order for the last 2 green flag cycles. The 13 of Lucky Dog behind them has been able to stay out for the longest period of all our top 4 drivers. If this goes through a green flag cycle, you can expect car 13 to have the advantage. Looks like green flag cycles are already underway. Is the 12 of Henny on conservation mode? This was the same strategy he'd pulled in stage 1, and it worked. He came just a few laps short, but big credit to that 12 car for giving it everything he's got. Henny trying to do his best, certainly to impress, and not doing a bad job, you might say. The 48 of Blackhammer now on the outside of Old Tweeter in car 21. Tweeter, the defending champion, and coming into this race, you see he's only 2 points away from playoff safety. Fuel stops imminent now. Drivers don't have that many laps remaining on their range. 48 of Blackhammer turning laps. He stays off the wall. Now back to the usual suspects. There's the pole sitter, the 88 of ENEA Shotgun. The 17 car, who was 5th at the start of the cycle, is coming down pit road, and these two still side by side for that lead. PTH the GOAT to the inside of Dr. Bush, coming to 33 laps to go at Iowa. Drivers cannot go the distance from here, but a late race caution inside the last 25 laps could be the final pit stop these drivers make. 24's ducking in. Will the 4 come with him? There is Dr. Bush coming down pit road, so the lead will go to the 4 of PTH the GOAT. Lucky Dog 385 in the second position in the number 13 Geico Gecko Chevrolet. So now it's the 4 of PTH the GOAT just getting around, or will he get around the 17? ENEA Knockout with fresher tires than PTH in the Busch Light Ford. And the leader now coming down, knowing he can't go much further, and his peers have already beaten him to the punch. So now it's Lucky Dog 385, who started stone dead last, coming to the final 31 laps of racing. He cannot go the distance on fuel. It's still a one-stop race from here. The 13 knows it's a one-stop race from here, and he now comes down pit road. Is he making his final fuel stop? The 18 also coming down pit road. So now everyone going to get their laps back to the 88. There's the 4 of PTH the GOAT awaiting his safe release from pit road. 4's down. He's away. Drivers getting every lap that they can back. Here's the 13 of Lucky Dog. 17 goes around. 18 is in. 13 is in. And now here comes the long wait. The 4 of ENEA Shotgun. The 4 of PTH the GOAT coming out just behind Dr. Bush. So the 24 car beats the 4 on the pit road delta, and it works out to his favor. 29 laps remain in the ENEA semifinal. $140 laps again, our scheduled race distance, lest we have overtime. Again, drivers able to go 20 to 30 laps at this Rusty Wallace designed racetrack. $113 miles to be our fully scheduled distance. So it's 24 for your top 2, Hertz and Busch Light. And then the 88 of ENEA Shotgun sitting in 3rd. 27 laps to go, this time by. Drivers should be able to go the distance. We're not sure about Dr. Bush, but a yellow flag would certainly give him the couple of laps necessary to go that extra distance, and you can taste it now. A yellow flag in the last 10 laps to set up a shootout to see who survives in the playoff standings. Bringing up those points one more time, brought to us by di9 Designs. Lucky Dog 385 locked in to the final. PTH the GOAT trying to make his way in. He's currently running outside the top 10. Old Tweeter, his place is not safe. My math, which is always wrong, says that Old Tweeter currently sits outside of the final four. Will the reigning champion find himself locked out of championship week at Las Vegas? The 9 car of Lindo comes down for tires and fuel. There is the defending champion, Old Tweeter, trying to make laps, trying to gain time behind the 42, the Ronald McDonald Chevrolet of the Real MT. Henny coming into this race, as hopeful is stretching it, but coming into this race, again, only 13 points off of 4th place. The 12 car looks like he's now out of pit road. He will need his peers to make a pit stop so he can get back on the cycle. He'll be gambling on a caution to take him the rest of the way, or at least take him the rest of the way on the lead lap. 22 laps to go for our leaders this time by. There is the 24 car of Dr. Bush. He's just ahead of the 4. There's the 24. There's the 4 car there. Dr. Bush, will he have the tires to go the distance? He's absolutely giving it everything. Look at the lead he's opened up over car number 4. But now Dr. Bush, if a caution comes out, all of this egregious tire management will have been for nothing. 21 more laps for the number 24 Hertz Chevrolet. Right behind him, he's got the 4 of PTH, the GOAT, sitting in the 2nd position. There is KFB 18 sitting in 4th. That car up ahead, the Geico Chevrolet, is Lucky Dog 385, currently occupying 3rd. No, I apologize. 3rd is ENEA Shotgun. Let's go back to Shotgun. There's ENEA Shotgun in car 88. He's looking at the leader, 2nd place. 4th is Knockout. 5th is Lucky Dog behind him, and 6th is the 18 of KFB. Once again, our apologies. We don't have the expected tickers that we would normally have. And look at this. Is this lag 6 minutes after the 10 p.m. bump? Every driver getting a bit out of shape, but we seem to be going in the right direction one more time. Inside the final 20 laps and virtual Newton, Iowa, the 24 of Dr. Bush still leading this race. There's the 24 now chasing down the 20, and look at the gap he's got over 2nd place. It is 4 seconds between him and the 4 car of PTH the GOAT inside these final 20 laps. And I'll tell you what, the strategy may be paying off for car 24, because he's only got so far to go on these tires. And if a caution does come out in the final 10 laps, he may just come down for 2 tires to give himself the extra grip in that last few lap shootout. Approaching the final 16 laps of racing now. 5 seconds between 1st and 3rd place. Coming to the 17 car of ENEA Knockout. He's right behind the 4 car of PTH the GOAT. This is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 5th, and 6th, all within a couple tenths of each other, and it centers around this 4 car right here. Does the GOAT have anything left? Is he saving tires or fuel? Can he go the distance? We're going to answer those questions 15 laps from now. The semifinal has fewer than 15 miles in its running. Here comes the 13. Lucky Dog 385 to the inside of ENEA Knockout. This the move for third. After stage number 2, the points stand with Lucky Dog locked into the final as he makes his move to the inside of car number 4 for second, washes aggressively up the racetrack and shoves the 4 out of line. Now the chase is on for car 13 to hunt down car 24. There are 6 seconds between Lucky Dog 385 and Dr. Bush in the lead. PTH the GOAT. This is let's preface, these are the points coming into the final round where the GOAT is out 8 points. Tweeter and Shotgun currently in to the final round, but as they run after stage 2, PTH the GOAT 5 points out of the lead. ENEA Shotgun 18 points out of the lead. There's your pole sitter now leaving pit road. This changes everything if Shotgun cannot get the rest of his lead peers to go the distance, and Dr. Bush at the end of stage number 2, 21 points off of the lead, but here he is leading this race, and he might just come away with that win. Next time by, it's going to be 10 laps to go for the number 24 Hertz Chevrolet. There's the 18 of KFB currently being scored in these points. The car up ahead, Lucky Dog 385, already gets his way in. But will he be a playoff spoiler? We'll try and bring up these points in our post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere. Coming to 9 laps to go, fans, especially after this race concludes, we will have podium interviews and we will have our points results to show who will get into the top 4 and the final 4, that is, for next week's final round at Vegas. Now, the 4 car, Dr. Bush, looking to go to the inside of KFB 18 in the Skittles Camry. All this for position. Dr. Bush trying to make up every available position. This is the battle for third. 18 to the outside. Look at Henny in the 12 car. At the end of stage number 2, Henny was 15 points, 15 points off that cutoff line. Henny now passing the 18 of KFB. Is that enough to put him into that spot? And now the 24 is down pit road. That's going to make the 13 of Lucky Dog 385 your new leader, and this is with 7 laps to go. The 13 of Lucky Dog 385 now leading this race, and does he have the equipment to go the distance on fuel? Remember, he came in with around 29 to 30 laps remaining, possibly a little more, so now all eyes on the Geico Gecko Chevrolet coming to 6 laps to go. Will he have that distance? 24 car now getting lapped. You see the Hertz Chevrolet slow out of pit road, and that's Lindo in the number 9. Napa Know-How Chevy, he also is out of fuel headed into 3. Lucky Dog 385 still leading this race, and unless he comes down pit road, he will be your race winner on mileage. The 4 car of PTH the GOAT chasing him down at an alarming rate, coming to 4 laps to go. What a drive it's been by the 13 car. Lucky Dog 385 chasing down yet another win this season, and it's been just an absolute spanking this year. It would be Lucky Dog 385's 6th win this year, tying the record for KFB, scoring 6 wins last season. Two to go this time by. The 4 car chasing him down, and only a caution will stop him now. The 4 of PTH the GOAT winning stage number 1. Lucky Dog coming to 2 laps to go. Trying to get the win for stage number 3 and his 6th victory of the year. The 4 car not going to be able to do much against this 13. Lucky Dog 385. Cruising to his 6th victory of the season. The Geico Gecko Chevrolet does have enough fuel to make it. Not only locked into the playoffs as the 4 is slow across the line, but he plays playoff spoiler, getting his 6th victory this year. Big shout out to the 13 car winning once again. And what a run it was for Lucky Dog. Now a spin through the line. That's the 17 coming home outside the top 10, but it's Lucky Dog getting the win. PTH the GOAT in 2nd, KFB in 3rd, Old Tweeter 4th, J-Man, the last car on the lead lap, finishing 5th, Sir Brunson, Dr. Bush in 7th, Henny finishing 8th, I believe Blackhammer and ENEA Shotgun getting 9th and 10th. And look at these cars now down pit road. They ran out of fuel on the cool down lap. How do you like that kind of math there? So we're going to go ahead, let these cars settle in, and we're going to have top 3 interviews in just a moment. Now on the podium with our top 2, as it were. Still, now we've got PTH to go in here. All right, so we're all good to go. We're ready to go. Starting with our 3rd place finisher, KFB 18. KF, bronze medal at Iowa. As the points are being calculated right now, do you think you've got enough to make it into the final round at Vegas?
Not Rick. Not. We just fell short by, I'm going to say, about 2 points, Rick. I think I calculated it up and be 2 points out. But hell of a season. Didn't didn't capitalize tonight. Just made that in that first stage, made a speeding penalty, and that just screwed me. So, but hey, man, you win some, you lose some. We'll regroup and be ready for next year, Rick.
Good to hear. Love that fighting spirit. Congratulations on that third place finish. Now to our second place finisher, PTH, the GOAT. GOAT, that 4 car looked strong today. Did you have anything for the 13?
I think I might have when we were both on fresh tires there, but I had to save all 4 laps of fuel on that last run and just didn't get a ton. It's on me, but congrats to Dan. He's a heck of a competitor, and he's the best on here for a reason. So, congrats to him.
Beautifully done effort today. Congratulations on that silver medal. And now the winner, Lucky Dog 385. You already punched your ticket into the Final Four last week and now just cementing that streak with your 6th win this season. Next week at Las Vegas, will you clinch that championship?
I don't know. I mean, it's a very competitive field out there. I'm going to do the best that I can, though. It's a very strong field. It's been a big challenge racing here, trying to run up front, trying to get wins. So who knows? But either way, I've had a great season. I've been really happy with the races that I've put in. And I just want to say a big congrats to PTH on 2nd and KFB on 3rd. And thanks to everybody over at ENEA for putting on this great series. You, Rick, for the broadcasts, Fry Dog for letting me get into the series. Our race went pretty well. We started last and we ended up winning stage 2 and won the race. And just fuel strategy, unfortunately. I don't know how that was a big factor here, but it was, and I just decided to take advantage of it, and it ended up working out. I think we had good pace. We're just a pretty tight center, honestly, but other than that, had a great race and got another win, and feels pretty good. Hopefully we can take home another win next week. That'd be great.
Be sure to stay tuned, everybody listening to that next Wednesday night, 9:15 p.m. on this channel. It's the final round of Season 3 of ENEA from virtual Las Vegas, and you just can't miss that. Everybody, please stay tuned for that. Don't forget tomorrow night on Rick James TV, we get the BLR Truck Series in their semifinal as well. You just can't miss it. Until then, everyone at home, stay safe, take care of each other, and we will see you all